Hey, and welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name is Shelby if you are new here, and today, I don't even know. I've got my Carly Fortune books, which I have another one out, the other bookshelf book, because actually both main characters were kind of insufferable to me, and I don't know what I'm about to get myself into, but guess you're gonna get into it with me. If you couldn't tell by the title of the video and the thumbnail, we're going to be unhauling books and trying to get some kind of organization on the bookshelf. I don't think I'm gonna do like a full-blown redo of the bookshelf yet. This may end up being split into two parts. I don't know. But I definitely need to unhaul books and start getting some kind of organization actually going with the books that allows me to add more books to the shelf when I get them. Because what ends up happening is I organize the bookshelf with the books I already have, and then I don't really make space for the books that I am going to get in the future, because truth be told, I'm going to get more books in the future. That's just how it is. So that is the plan today. We're going to start off by at least unhauling books. That means I need to go through this bookshelf. I've got some shelves here. I got some shelves over here that need to be that I need to go through in the bedroom. And then the living room is another story. There's obviously my big bookshelf out in the living room and the couple of floating shelves that are out above the couch. So also, if I sound weird or my energy is a little bit low today, I've just had a long day and I haven't felt well. I am getting over being sick, so that's what's going on. But the issue is I have to be honest with myself. When unhauling books, you have to be honest. You can't say, oh, I might read that book. No, are you going to read the book or are you not going to read the book? And any books that I have yet to read, I think I'm going to put them on a shelf by themselves. I think that's one thing I'll do today. I'll put them on a shelf by themselves so that I can pull from them. And anything that I do not intend to read needs to vacate the premises. All right. Now, the only thing is some of these books are not mine. Some are also Anthony's. Most of his are out in the living room, though, so we'll start in here. This one for sure is Anthony's. I'm not even going to attempt to mess with it at all. But I have these stacks of books, and I think I may have found the first book that we're going to unhaul because I read this one, I think, in September. Gearing up for spooky season, I thought this would be a great way to enter the season, and I didn't end up actually liking it at all. So I think this is a good one to go. This one is If I Stopped Haunting You. It takes place in Scotland, and it's about a haunted castle. And then two rival authors that are both Native Americans. It's the premise of it sounded really cool, really entertaining, something I haven't really read myself very often. It's definitely more of the aspect of the two main characters being Native American descent. I haven't read anything like that before, but I don't know, this did not, it was no. The Villa. Now this one I need to put in the pile of ones that I need to read. I haven't read this one yet, but I want to. So I'm going to put that in a pile. Main characters. I'm going to be so honest. When I first read this book, I didn't love it. I didn't love it at all. I think because they kind of tell you that, on the back of the book, it kind of says it's almost like a Parent Trap retelling in a way, but I think that's a stretch to call this a Parent Trap retelling, because it's not the Parent Trap. The entire premise behind The Parent Trap is to trap the parents into getting back together. This is not that. So maybe if I reread it, now that I know what it's about going into it, maybe I'll have a different perspective. So I don't think I'm going to get rid of this one yet. But if I don't reread it by like summer of 2026, this is being taken off the shelf. Hold me accountable. This one we're going to keep because I just bought this not that long ago for the holiday season. I've never read a book by this author, but her name is Joan Fluke, and this is Christmas Dessert Murders. I hear these books are really sweet and cute, so we're going to put this with The Villa. I've got Verity. I've loved Verity for a very long time, and I know that a lot of people are not a big fan of Colleen Hoover, but we're going to keep that. And we've got the Naturals and, whoa, sorry about that. And then Binding 13. This one I didn't finish. I started it very briefly and then I was like, bored, put it down. But I think in order for me to really know, I need to give it a second chance and see if it was like the right book, wrong time, or it was just the book that I'm just not vibing with. So I'm going to put this with books that I need to read, and same with the Naturals. All right. So right now we've got one shelf cleared away, and this is one book that this is one book that I'm going to unhaul. The next shelf that I have, I already know these books are not going to go. Let me just bring you guys a little closer. So this shelf, I will actually end up redoing how the shelves look, but this is my Hunger Games paperback collection, my Percy Jackson, which I need to finish. I think I've only read the first 2 or 3 books. And then, no, I think I only read the first 2. And then we've got my Carly Fortune books, which I have another one out on the other bookshelf that I'm going to have to put with these. Emily Henry shelf and my Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So I'm not going to touch that. That is going to stay where it is. This is the one that is looking really hectic. And there are definitely some books on this shelf that really just need to go. This one in my last video I talked about, and I told you guys I did not like this book, and I did not like this book. So I also said I was probably going to be getting rid of this in this video, and so I think it's time to get rid of the book because I really did not like this book. I feel like books need to have a little bit more, I don't want to be mean, because I feel like, you know, it's up to everyone's interpretation, but this book was lacking in a lot of things for me, so. This one was so, I feel bad because this is a, I think it's an indie author. I didn't like this book. I couldn't follow it. I forget how it was told. Was it told in third person or something like that? I don't know. It just didn't make a lot of sense to me. Everything felt very dragged out. I couldn't even get to, I think, chapter 3 of this book. So this one is unfortunately going as well. I've tried and tried and tried and tried with this book. And I don't think that it's for me. I am sad because I wish that I understood the hype that was around this book and this series, but whatever the hype is, I'm not ever going to find out, apparently, because I can't get through this book. Trying to get into this series. I think I finished this book last November or December or something like that. I don't know, maybe the beginning of the year, but it was really big, a really big book, and it dragged on for a lot longer than I think it should have. I did not enjoy it. That's gonna be the, I think, overall consensus with a lot of these books, is I just didn't enjoy it. So I'm gonna get rid of this book. I did just get another book by this author from Book of the Month, so I'm hoping that one is gonna be better. But I don't know. We're gonna see. These are all, I mean, I say that they're Anthony's because they're Stephen King, but they're both of ours. We both intend to read them. So I'm gonna, oh, it's not in focus. Okay. So these are all Stephen King's. Normally I would say these are Anthony's, but truthfully, we both intend to read them. I'm not gonna touch any of those because so far I've only read really one of these books. No, two. I've read 11/22/63 and Carrie. Loved 11/22/63. That's probably my favorite book. No, sorry, that is my favorite book of last year, so 2024. So I'm not getting rid of that book. But I do have some books here that I need to go through, so let's take a look. This is Anthony's, so I'm gonna keep this here. So you join me on the floor now because all the books I think that we're going to get rid of. But first, and I had to put the hair up because, you know, when you're doing things like this, you get hot really quick, and also the hair gets in the way, but I just realized it looked kind of crazy, so let me fix it a little bit. This is the other Stephanie Garber book that I was talking about, so I did say that I was getting rid of Legendary. I don't have Caraval. I think I listened to the audiobook of that one, but this is her other book, and I'm hoping this one is going to be a little bit better. Fingers crossed. It's smaller, so I don't actually know if it's much shorter. It's a bigger book, but we'll see. The point is we'll see. But I guess if you have read it though, let me know what your thoughts were and if you enjoyed it. Also, if you've read other Stephanie Garber books, is this like her other books? Does it mean I probably won't enjoy it? I don't know. Let me know. Now, how many books do we have here? I've got a very big box full, so a lot of books that I'm getting rid of. So I'll just show you the last couple ones that you guys didn't get to see, and then I'm gonna count how many I've got. So One Day in December is definitely going. This book was horrendous. I did not enjoy this. The main character was insufferable. I mean, actually both main characters were kind of insufferable to me and ridiculous. So that is definitely gonna go. Ugly Love is a Colleen Hoover book I read years ago. I've not read it again since, so I don't need to keep that. Hocus Pocus, and then it's got an all-new sequel. This, I wanted to really like hold on to this book and read it because I love Hocus Pocus, but here's the thing, the sequel kind of sucked. Just like the movie. No offense, I love that they got the full cast back basically, but did we actually need that sequel? Probably not. Yeah, so this one, I kind of just want to keep it though just because it's so pretty, but I think this needs to go to another home. And then Part of Your World, like I said, that one is gonna go. I don't even know if I actually really read this book, but it sat on my shelf for so long now that if I haven't read it by this point, I'm probably not gonna read it. So I think it's safe to say that's okay to go. And then Again But Better by Christina Riccio, which is a YouTuber, an OG like booktuber from back in the day. I actually think she did a good job with this book. This was her debut novel, but it is very YA, and I haven't read it again since. Although if you're looking for like a cute, fun, coming of age, like YA type of book, this is a good one too. I think pick up, it's just easy to read. So that is what I'm gonna get rid of. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I really tried to read this and I was like, yeah, I'm not into it. 12, 13, another Colleen Hoover book. This one actually really sucked. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's a lot of books to get rid of. So we got 24 books that are out of here. That's good. That's progress. That is definitely progress. Who would have thought it's so hard to part ways with books? But it is actually really hard. For me, these are like, I don't even know. I don't want to say like prized possessions. Because like they're not that, it's not that serious, but like I love my books and I love being able to have like my own library of books, but like if you're also not going to read them, it doesn't make sense to keep them, so you might as well let someone else have it. So there's that. And I'm just going to put them in the box. And then I did make a good stack of books that I need to read, so I need to find a shelf and put them on there. I think for now I'll just put them on the bedroom shelf until I organize the shelves out here and make space for those. But do you guys want to see the books that are on the shelf that I need to read? Okay, you join me back in the bedroom. It's not all going to fit on this shelf, but we're just gonna make them work for now. There's quite a lot of books that I need to read, or books that I've been planning to reread. Long story made short. Started reading these books, did not finish them, so I'm gonna put them on the shelf because I need to remind myself to pick them back up. I think once I finish the book that I'm currently reading, which is Blood Over Brighthaven, I'll decide what books I'm gonna read next, but we're just gonna put them on the shelf for now. So this one, I know it was an Anthony book, like he picked this one up, but I do want to read this. It looked interesting. So we'll see. I think it's some kind of fantasy. We're gonna just put them on the shelf. This Grady Hendrix book, I tried to read this. You just saw my October reading wrap up, or if you haven't, definitely go check that video out. I'll pop it up here so you guys can see what it looks like. But I ended up just forgetting about it and not picking it back up. However, I do want to actually read it to see if I enjoy it, because I did like his other book, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. So I'm going to put this here. Stephanie Garber's new book will go here. I kind of want to read that one first, but we will see, because I have some, oh, did I put them down here? Yeah, I have some book of the month books that I do actually want to read. This one is called The Bombshell, Seduction Theory. It's a very short book. I started it and I wasn't in love with it, but I know that Anthony had picked this one, I believe, so I don't want to get rid of it, and I think I should at least finish it and see what it's about, but wasn't a huge fan when I first started to read it, so we will see what happens with that one. These two are like, besides Stephanie Garber's new book, these two are my newest ones. This one was my November pick, and then I think this one was the October's pick. So I've got these two here. They're not going in order of when I plan to read it. They're just going on the shelf. Some of these got mixed up. Some don't need to be here. I really need to read this year, or it needs to get off the shelf. But this is The Girl Who Drank the Moon. This does not need to be here. I've already read that. So that's going to go here. We've got Haunting Prince Dracula, which is the second book after Stalking Jack the Ripper. I don't actually know what this series is called, but I need to read this, so. And then True Love Experiment. I can't remember if I read this one or if it was a different one that I read. I think I had started this one and I didn't finish it. So I'm going to reread this again. There was one book I read by her or her, by them that I honestly can't remember the name of, and I didn't enjoy it. Everything after Love and Other Words that I've read by them has kind of fallen flat for me. I haven't enjoyed them as much as Love and Other Words, but I do want to read this just to see if they have a book out there other than Love and Other Words that I will enjoy. This is This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. These are summer reads, so I don't think I'm going to read them right now, but and then we've got the, what is it? Problematic Summer Romance, which I have such a love-hate relationship with Allie Hazelwood. I enjoy her books, but sometimes they're just a little bit too spice heavy for me. And then I also have this other Allie Hazelwood book, but I've already read this one. This one is Love Theoretically, so again, that doesn't actually belong here. So those will go here. Those are probably not going to get read until the summer, if I'm being really honest. The Villa, again, I could read that one, I think, whenever. It looks really summery for me because of like all the lemons. So I don't know if it takes place during the summer, but it's a thriller, I think, so you can kind of just read those whenever. And then we've got Butcher and Blackbird and Bunny. These have to get read. If they don't get read, I have to take them off the shelf. They've been sitting on the shelf. This is going to go into the second year. 2026 will go into the second year of me having these books on the shelf, so I have to read them. And then Binding 13, The Naturals, Christmas Dessert Murders. I've already talked about these, so I need to read these ones pretty soon here. And Little Women, a reread, but I have the paperback version, so I'm definitely excited to read those. I always stack my books by height. It's just like I can't seem to control myself. Great that we got that part done. The only thing that's left to do really is actually go through and now reorganize the bookshelves. So stay tuned for that, but I think that is going to be its own separate video because I think this one is long enough. Let me know in the comments down below if you have a book collection of your own. Do you struggle getting rid of books, or is it pretty easy for you to just be like, yeah, okay, I'm done with this and let it go? I really, really struggle. Today, I don't know if it came off that way or not. I really had to grit my teeth and just be like, yeah, no, we're parting ways with that. There was one book I said I'm going to part ways with, but I actually put it back on the shelf because I'm not ready to part with it yet, and that's With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I don't know why. I just really like the cover of that book, and I'm not ready to part with it yet. So until I'm ready, I can't do that because I feel like I will regret my decisions. But yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Now I gotta get rid of all these books. Bye!